Welcome to Tell Me About It, the podcast where nothing is off limits. I have two lovely guests today. One is an OG guest, and she brought along a friend today. If you guys can please introduce yourselves.
I'm Aisha.
Jojo.
Thank you so much. So today we're going to talk about resetting your mind, basically shifting your perspective, silencing those negative thoughts, and how you can come back stronger once you have those negative thoughts. Mm-hmm. So I know me, I have a tendency to get stuck in ruts, and it's hard for me to come out of them. And so I have to work and change my mental perspective in that moment. But I know it can be hard to stay positive and stay out of that rut. Mm-hmm. So when life gets heavy, how do you shift that mindset to not dwell in that moment?
I feel like there's many different ways that it can be done. I will say that it is more challenging if you're having to do it by yourself. It is better to have a support system of some sort, but it can be done, but it does take a lot of mental strength to be able to shift it nonetheless. Personally, I like to do breath work. That helps. Being able to focus on right now. Mm-hmm. Because, of course, after doing research and just living life, when you're thinking of the future, that causes anxiety. Thinking of the past causes depression. So it's like you have to be able to live in the now versus,
thinking about all the things.
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta allow yourself to go through it. Like you gotta really sit with it and allow yourself to feel it. So, and then of course go from there. Like find it within yourself to deal with it and know why, just like any other emotion, and then just go from there. Push through. So.
It is important to feel it, because if you don't deal with it,
it can come back.
Yeah, you're just gonna suppress it.
Definitely.
And I think a lot of people struggle with that. They think that's part of getting over it, but truly it's not, because it's gonna come back. It can come back.
Yeah.
Not necessarily always will come back, but it could just come back in a different form.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
If you don't deal with it in the moment.
Right.
So it's powering your mindset, shifting your mindset is, you can choose whether you want to be happy or sad. You can choose what emotion you want to feel, just by your thoughts, and whatever thought you think is going to lead to other thoughts. So if you think about something that's going to piss you off, you're going to think about something else that piss you off, and so on and so on. But if you know that you're in a situation where you're like, all right, I got to woman up, or I got to man up, I got to push through this. Okay, let me reset. Let me feel it. Okay, take some time to feel it. And then do like a master reset for yourself. And then, jot down some things that make you smile and go from there. That's going to push you in the direction of shifting everything. So, yeah.
And we're going to come back to a lot of that too. But so there can be two people that can face the same issue or challenge and walk away from it with two different lessons. Mm-hmm. Because of their mindset.
Right.
So everything is pretty much about perspective and how you choose to look at it. Because you can't really control what happens to you, but you can control how you act off of it, how you let it affect you, how you think about it. So perspective is key. So have you ever been through something bad and it turned out to be good for you? And could you give an example of something that has happened that in the moment you were like, oh my God, But afterwards,
everything's falling apart.
Right. Fire, dumpster fire.
Right. But it's really coming together.
Right. Like a rainbow.
Right.
at the end of the storm.
Facts.
Can you give any
I like
examples of something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I can use like an example with work, applying to different positions and not getting anywhere. Like I'm just running into like a brick wall, and it's like, come on, like I know I deserve these things, but in hindsight, like you said, when you feel like, you know, there's this storm, but really I was being protected because
Was it for you?
it was not for me. None of them were.
Mm-hmm.
None of them were. And it actually, I had to shift my mindset because not getting any of these positions actually allowed me to grow something of my own. And that's something that's fulfilling for me. So I was able to not put so much of myself into this corporate mindset, but shift it to my spiritual mindset, and that's how I started the Haven of Lenara. So it was really a blessing to not get the positions that I was really gunning for. So
Now,
that's my example.
now, speak more about the Haven.
Yes. It is, well, let me go back. I've done it throughout different parts of my life with helping myself, helping others, even down to my children. And I never thought like, ooh, I should be a life coach. Like, ooh, I should do this. Never once did it like register. And I had signed up, you know, to go through and get these different certifications that would push me in that direction. And at the time, it just wasn't panning out. So recently, like I said, you know, I was looking for these positions within my job, and it just wasn't happening. So I went back to that same thing. So went through, got some certifications. So I am a spiritual life coach, and I also specialize in intuitive energy healing and hypnotherapy. So those things are fulfilling. You know, we go to work and we get a paycheck, and you know, we have to pay bills. Like, that's what work is for. This is so much different. I'm able to help other people transform their lives, shift their mindsets, and change their perspectives, to help them get along in whatever journey that is for them, whether spiritual, work, you know, just life in general. And it's been very rewarding. Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
That part.
Divine timing. Do you have an example you'd like to share?
Nah, I mean, I can ride off what she said. Anytime, like, you see people that deserve something, that you know they deserve something, and then when they don't get it, or a certain door isn't open for them, it can make you feel a certain way. And again, I can be on my way home and get certain news, and I'm by myself in the car driving. I have to, again, take it in, scream or get it out, say negative things that I want to just go ahead and get out the way, and then I have to pause and understand why I feel that way, change it, and then that way I'm able to give out that positive energy that she might need, or you might need, anybody that I have to go talk to next. Because if they see something bothering you, they, oh, what's wrong? Then you have the option of taking the negative route or the positive route. You can tell them what's wrong and complain, or you can tell them the good things and, you know, speak positive. And, you know, again, back to shifting and having to take bad news and find the positive inside the bad news. And same concept.
Yeah, because it can fester, and then it can grow bigger. So, you know, for instance, like with the whole job thing, like I was upset, and I would vent to him about it, and I'm like, I don't understand, like I deserve this. And of course, naturally with him being, you know, my main support, like, he got upset too because I wasn't getting what he felt like I deserved either. So he's feeling the feelings that I'm feeling, but he was able to, like he said, shift his perspective and be able to help me. Yeah, because
have a different insight too, and see, like, just because we want a certain door open, like the universe or, you know, whatever it is you believe in might think, hey, nah, that's not it. Like, I know you think that's it, but this, go to the next door, you know. So that's how you gotta adjust yourself, and that's how you bring about more positivity, because if you sit and allow yourself to just dwell on that one thing, you miss so much more.
You're looking over here and you can see something over here is for you. You can't even see it because
so focused on that.
What's not happening.
Yeah.
So how did your perspective evolve as you healed or as you grew into this new stage? Like, how did you get there?
I think that would be time. I think time and growth is one of those things that, like, we can't see it in reality, but it just happens. Like, one day you wake up and it hits you. You know, it could have been something that somebody told you, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, but it just hits you like a ton of bricks. Yeah, or clicks. Yeah, and you finally can put that piece to your puzzle of life, and that gives you more wisdom. And you're able to look back over your life like, man, if I'd have did this, that, and the fourth, and the third, I would have been here.
But
so
don't get into regret.
Right. It's not about regretting it. It's about understanding where you could have been and looking at where you are and pivoting. So now, instead of regretting it, I'm going to apply it from this point going forward.
Because I think some people get into, oh, well, if I would have did this sooner. And then they're hard on themselves.
Right.
And they don't see that wasn't when you were supposed to do it.
Yeah.
You were supposed to do it here, not there, because you weren't where you needed to be in the position of life or mental, whatever the case is, for that to be fulfilling enough for you in that moment.
Right? Yeah. I mean, life is basically just, like, it's no right or wrong. It's just, you know, a decision and an outcome. If you make this decision, this is going to be the outcome. Then you have to make another decision, and then you're going to get a different outcome. And once you get to the end, it's just going to be a bunch of decisions and outcomes that you know.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah.
So, perspective is powerful, but sometimes it's not just what we see, it's what we say to ourselves, which we've discussed a little bit, that holds you back. So, breaking free from that negative self-talk. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle. They are so hard on themselves, and it makes it like they're looking at that one thing. They can't see what's going on over here. It makes it so hard to get out of it. I know me personally, I can be very hard on myself and overthink everything. And so almost in a reverse situation, it'll keep me from even trying to do something. Because I'm thinking I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve this, or whatever the case is. So when you have those moments of like that naggy devil in your ear, what's the first thing that you can do to quiet that?
I think, you know how as children, like, we have this big imagination and the world is just a big place. Time doesn't exist. Like, all of these wonderful things. But then at some point in our lives, we forget that. But the whole concept of the question that we grew up hearing all the time was, do you believe in magic? And the thing is, like, we forget to do that as adults. So even if you have that voice that does come up that's like, you know, no, you can't, don't, you won't, like, you can shift that mindset immediately, but you have to be in the now in order to do that. Because if you let that voice take over for the moment and you don't realize, like, hold up, yes I do deserve
Who you
this.
talking to?
Right, like, shut up. I think that it's gotten a negative connotation having that mindset, like people are labeled crazy or they have, you know, these issues, and they'll give it a medical
Label.
stamp of something, you know, but I don't think that's the case. It's just being able to rewire yourself right there in that moment. So I feel like that helps.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say, like, you gotta think your brain looks for familiar, like it's chasing familiar settings, things that are familiar to it, because it makes you feel safe. Yeah. So when you go to do something new, even if you take a new route home, like from work, or if you go to see your mom every day and you take a different route, like your brain is like, whoa, what are we doing? Wait a minute, don't go that way. What if your tires blow out? You know what I'm saying? And it's wanting to, you know, push a fear on you, because fear changes things. Fear makes you alert, you know, if you use it the right way. But when you can overcome that fear, because, you know, like I tell my daughter, like, your dreams and everything you want is on the other side of that fear. You just have to get through that. Once you walk past that, I mean, you know, you're unstoppable. But even your mind, when you know that about your mind, you can push yourself to new limits, and you'll start seeking new things. You know, like, you can read certain things in a book and you're just looking for that excitement that first original book got you. You notice, like, you're on your third or fourth novel about the same thing. It's like, because you're looking for the newness within that. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's just adjusting. Realizing things and adjusting it. Like, why. Understanding the why.
And to play off of that, because something just clicked when you were speaking on fear and using our daughter as an example, the way that you did, like, the thought that popped up in my mind was having balance. Because like you said, you know, those feelings, right? You can get so heavy over here that it's hard to bring the weight back over here. So, you know, to your point, like, if you have fear of something, try getting excited to balance out those emotions, because that's what's the driving force. However, because as humans we are very complex, we also have to be able to use discernment too, because sometimes if fear is arising, maybe we need to be aware versus getting excited. Still going back to thinking about the right now. So what is it? Like, is anything around me that's going to harm me? Like, am I putting myself in danger? Type of thing. So balance and discernment.
I had somebody tell me when I was thinking about, like, jobs and stuff, I think I was actually already in the job I was in, and I was uncomfortable because it was new. And they were like, well, you have to have some level of discomfort to know that you're growing.
Facts.
Otherwise you're not growing.
That part.
So
yeah, because if growing was comfortable and easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't grow because
think about that little seed that bust through the dirt. It's strong.
Nah, that's facts though. I mean, growth can be scary though, because it's change.
Right.
Because if you take on a new job and you know everything, you're gonna get in there and you're gonna get bored quick.
Right.
But if you don't know shit, then you gotta learn it. Like, you're more alert. You're trying to get there early.
But then you're scared. So it's like, oh my God, I'm giving something up.
You're double checking all your work. Yeah, but
balance.
yeah, it is.
So at some point you'll get comfortable enough.
Yeah.
But there'll still be challenges, which will keep you
Growing.
interested and engaged in the work.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
I remember that like it was yesterday. I was like, I don't like it.
But now look at you, flourishing. I hear running projects and whatnot.
And it pushes you to do other things too. Like, when you grow, like, damn, wait a minute, I'm doing this. You're juggling all kind of different things, and you didn't even think you could do it.
I'm like, oh my God, look at me. Girl boys. I'm a girl boy. So is a little thing I saw. Catch it. So catch that feeling, challenge it, and change it. So catch it, challenge it, and change it. That's how you can kind of think of the perspective of getting out of that rut and flipping it into a positive.
Oh
I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Love it.